Why did you refuse to be the Azkals head coach countless times?
I've been there, done that. Too much politics, like I said. Like I posted one time a few days ago, coaching is a thankless job. With what's happening with Michael Weiss, we talked about it already before, personally, one-on-one, and I said, it happens. And I said, you should know that because you worked also somewhere in other countries as well. There's no such thing as a permanent job in coaching, in any sport.
Hey folks, welcome to another show of Hands On, 14th episode of the second season. Thank you guys for supporting the show. As usual, Coach Hans and myself are ready for an explosive show today. We have an explosive guest on the program today, and he's fired up, folks. So we're excited to talk to him in a little while. Of course, we want to say thank you to Sarasasal Football Club. Always supporting the program ever since the first season. They've been here with us, and without them, really, it'll be difficult to continue doing the show. So Sarasasal Football Club, thank you very much for supporting the program, and of course, everybody here at the New Media Factory. We appreciate the support you guys throw our way, and each and every one of you guys in the football community that watches this program, not just here in the Philippines, but around the world as well. You got listeners in the Middle East, in the United States, in China, all over the place. Yeah, we appreciate your support and continue to support us. Everybody on the Pinoy Exchange as well. I'm going to get to you guys in just a little while. All right, so let's start things off with the rundown. We're going to be talking about Peace Cup. We're going to be talking about the UFL transfers and signings. We're going to be talking about the first few games that we're going to be expecting in the next few weeks. And of course, we're going to be talking about some of the messages that you guys have on Pinoy Exchange. And we're going to be talking about our guests. You know what? Let's not dilly-dally.
Yeah.
Let's bring him in, and we can get him involved as well, because obviously he was involved in the Peace Cup, and he can give us a bit of an insight on sort of how they felt after the results and what was going through their minds at the time. So let's welcome to the program.
It's very quiet.
Very quiet. Very shy type.
Exactly. Very shy.
It's a pleasure to have you on the show, sir. Let's welcome Jason De Jong. Appreciate you coming by. And
good afternoon. Good afternoon, guys.
Getting on the program with us. We appreciate this. This is your first time on the show.
Yeah.
It's shocking, really, that it's taken this long to get Jason on the program.
Yeah, because we have so many, thousands of guests, all wanting to come on the show. But of course, we give the Azkals priority.
That's right. All right. So the Peace Cup, recently concluded Peace Cup in 2014. We've won the last two, but this time we fell a little short. We lost in the final 3-2 to Myanmar, and that was a difficult result for a lot of people to fathom or to digest. They were expecting that we were going to defend the Peace Cup once again, but Myanmar is a difficult proposition as well. We're going to be facing them in the Suzuki Cup in November. So that's going to be very interesting. Jason, what were your thoughts on the Peace Cup? Obviously not the result that you guys were looking for. What was it like being part of the setup? Obviously disappointing result, and what was the feeling in the camp after the result?
Yeah, well, obviously it was a disappointing feeling afterwards. It's never nice to lose games.
At home.
At home, especially. We need people to come out and support us, and it's of course also hard if we don't get results in front of our own people. But nevertheless, I mean, this is just a preparation also for our Suzuki Cup. Yeah. We've been training a lot. We know that the Peace Cup, of course, we wanted to win this Peace Cup, but we rather have things to go wrong now than in the Suzuki Cup.
Right.
I mean, Suzuki Cup, this is going to be my fourth one. Yeah, fourth Suzuki Cup, and it's really time to win this goddamn trophy.
How old are you?
I'm 24.
24. You've been in 4 Suzuki Cups.
Yeah.
So we're talking about age, not IQ, huh?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, 24. All right.
And I'm with you on this one. I think it's about time we go over there and win this thing.
Yeah.
And I think, how do you feel about your confidence in the Philippines' ability to do that come November and December?
Well, definitely, we came such a long way. The other day they asked me in a press conference as well. When I first started, we were 190, I think, of the world. We almost fell off the map. So we're talking about entering the hundreds maybe now, anytime soon. Of course, in the Philippines, it's always ups and downs. Sometimes, from staff not being there, players showing up late for training. It's always been the case in this country, but that's it. Those are the things we have to deal with. But I think so far our preparation, also the games that we had now under Thomas Dooley, you know, we've been really good. We have a style of play. We are a really clear style of play now. I mean, it's not anymore. Now we go out for games and be like this. We are the Philippines.
Now you're playing entertaining football.
Also, I mean, we're going out and let's put them under the pump and let's give it to them. You know, instead of let's wait what they're doing. Let's drop deep, wait for a counter, maybe kick it to Phil. You know, let's hope something happens. You know what I mean? So I think that's a really positive thing, and that's what people should understand also. That football is definitely growing and we're definitely moving forward. But I'm really confident with the players that we have and the preparation that we have so far and the support of the sponsors and of other people that we can do really well. And I'm really confident that we're going to go all the way.
It's difficult for people to understand that, obviously you guys lose to Myanmar, which is a team that's going to be present at the Suzuki Cup. But does the loss sort of, I don't know, motivate you guys a little bit more?
Did the confidence wane at all, or is it pushing you more?
Of course, it pushes us more. Of course, you know what I mean. Like I said, it is a preparation. You could even see also in the lineup, coach is trying things. You know, he's trying players in different positions. He's trying different players together, and that's fine. But I mean, definitely it pushes us harder. You know, that means also like, look, we're not yet there where we want to be, but we have these months now to prepare for that, and we'll make sure that we're ready in Suzuki Cup.
I just read somewhere, I didn't read the article, but Thomas Dooley saying about he wanted at least six international matches before the Suzuki Cup.
Well, how many has he had? 6 in between the Peace Cup?
From now till the Suzuki Cup.
Well, you guys have a break. I don't know. Wow, that's going to be fitting in a lot of matches in the middle. Do you guys have an October break? I think you guys will break for international friendlies.
Yeah, well, that's the thing also here. You never know. You know what I mean? there were a lot of camps. Basically, they were saying that we're gonna go on a lot of camps, but now it changed, and we're saying, okay, we're gonna stay in the Philippines and invite other teams over here to play.
All right.
I don't know exactly how it is because it's never confirmed. You know, maybe next week we'll have a game, or tomorrow.
That's also I think part of marketing.
Or tomorrow. So, I mean, I just focus also now on myself, to be fit, to be ready. So once it's there, I'm ready to go 100%, and that's just basically all you can do.
The Peace Cup didn't have the same sort of fanfare that it did in the last couple of years. One of the things that people have complained about was sort of some of these etiquettes and rules that were imposed on people who wanted to go to Rizal Memorial Football Stadium.
You know, I'll tell you, Jason, I was really too confident. I'm just being a little bit, how do you say?
Pessimistic?
Not pessimistic. How do you say that when you have these things that don't go under the ladder, don't walk under the ladder?
Suspicious.
Yeah, suspicious. Yeah. Wary.
Superstitious. Not suspicious.
Yeah. All right, superstitious.
I was suspicious when I was younger in the police station. That's something else. Superstitious. Mainly because of what you just said. There was not too much fanfare. Yeah. It was really lousy. I'm sorry, but whoever it is, I'm not hitting anybody in particular. I know for a fact that marketing has changed of the Azkals. Wrong. You did everything wrong for the Peace Cup. Thinking about that, it's not too much fanfare. That's the result of you see it in the stadium.
Yeah.
Last year's Peace Cup, we filled it up. Now, not even half. I don't even say half. Right? And don't give me the bullshit reason that it's weekday, the first game against Chinese Taipei. On Saturday, there'll be a lot more. Yeah, there were more, but we still didn't fill up the stadium. I mean, both sides, the grandstand and the bleachers. And that's because of whoever's handling the Peace Cup this year. I think you need to go back to the drawing board and see what you made mistake. There was a lot of complaints.
Definitely.
I don't know where this rule is that you can bring a flag.
The flag, you can bring a flag, but it's only got to be like a particular size, like this big. Like, what is that?
I don't know if this is a FIFA rule or what, or is it just Philippines, or just a PFF. But whoever, even if it's FIFA, I don't think they do that.
Yeah, I mean, you see it all around the world. I mean, you see huge flags being unveiled, and you even have messages that they come out or whatever it is.
And what's this bullshit? You can't even bring drums. How the fuck will you expect to motivate your Azkals, just shouting, no drums. Anywhere in Indonesia, Thailand, and you have the regular people with the big drums and all that. And
Fireworks, everything.
Fireworks, they make a lot of noise.
Flares, everything.
Yeah, I mean, people.
Well, I have to give it to say something about this. I think the ultras, they were amazing.
Yes.
Of course, also the other fans that came out, we're really thankful for that.
Yeah.
But like, if you see the ultras, even afterwards when we're going back to the hotel, they're there, they're still singing. They're supporting their country. And they really try to make you feel this football atmosphere when you're playing. I really have to say that was just that was class. That was class.
The problem here, Jing, is the Philippines. Like we've said it before. The Filipino hasn't had that real education on the football atmosphere.
Correct.
On how to do stuff and how to support their teams. But it's learning, like Jason said, the ultras. Yeah. They never stopped. They never waned. The rain or shine or whatever, they were still there. They never left. They never left their spot. So why will there be these idiotic rules about not being able to bring the big flag, not being able to bring drums or what have you?
Yeah.
Guys, number one, I'll tell you one mistake you guys did. Why the fuck will you put the scoreboard there in the middle when that's the best spot in the bleachers?
I've seen a photo. Actually.
Normally, that was the spot where the hardcore fans are.
Exactly. That's in the middle. In any sporting event, you would want to be in the middle or at least closest to the center, so you can see both sides.
I've seen the vantage point from that bleacher spot. I've seen a photo. It's horrible. You can't see shit.
Yeah. Why do you have to change it when all the other Azkals games, the scoreboard was placed in the corner?
Yeah.
Which is good enough. Everybody saw it. Even the people on the ground, just look here. You can see it.
Yeah.
We have the one in the stadium that's there, but it's been dead for how many decades? I don't understand why.
Yeah.
Okay, the time has never moved. So why would you put that in the middle now?
It's like it wasn't broken. Why are you fixing like a situation that was perfect before? I mean, just to make it worse, it's like I don't understand it, But all right, so let's move on. All right, so Peace Cup wasn't the greatest spectacle that it could have been. Obviously, it was being used as a tune-up for the Suzuki Cup, but still, it was played here in our home court. It's in our town, so obviously we want to have as much support as possible, and we really didn't get an opportunity to do that. Marketing wasn't great, and also all these nonsense rules, as opposed to giving us an opportunity to go crazy. This is our team. You're trying to rein us in.
What I don't understand is the previous Peace Cup and even other friendlies or whatever, qualifiers or what have you, organization was good.
Yeah.
I mean, local organization was good.
It was.
Okay, whether I was there or not, I'm just saying. But this last Peace Cup was a lot to be decided for.
Definitely.
Really, I mean, maybe somebody else new, Bago, was put in charge, who thinks he or she knows what he or she's doing. But I'm telling you, you don't.
No, well,
I'm sorry, you don't. No, I'm sorry.
I think the results speak for themselves,
If I would, maybe if Nono Arena's watching this, I'd like Nono to call me or us and ask us what we saw. I was there for both days. Come on. There are even people that were helping the Azkals, helping foreigners who are helping the Filipino but being bashed by an official of the PFF. Come on. What else do you want to get? People are helping you out. It's like the same old saying is you don't fucking bite the hand that feeds you.
Right.
You get help for free. You're saving millions actually. Maybe not millions, but 100,000 for sure.
Yeah.
One bus is how much?
All right.
One bus is how much?
Let's leave it at that. All right. Peace Cup. Room for improvement, definitely. All right, let's move on to the UFL real quick, where there's been a lot of transfers and signings from all the different clubs.
So fast, that segue. So fast, that
yeah, let's get
after
it.
bashing somebody, let's bash another
one. All right, so obviously, if you guys are not familiar with Jason, which is difficult to fathom if you follow Philippine football, as the MVP of the UFL. Absolutely wonderful season.
One of those people who wanted to interview Jason before.
Wonderful.
Didn't even know his name.
Wonderful season.
Exactly.
Wonderful season with the UFL last year. Transferred from Stallion and really cemented himself as one of the key players for his club and also for the national team. winning 2 trophies, the league and the what was it called? The Football Alliance Cup at the end of the season. So it was a wonderful season for him. Anything that we could look forward to for Global? I understand there's a bit of movement as well, new signings.
Yeah, definitely. I was also surprised when I got back now with training. You know, there's a lot of new faces. Coach definitely, you know, and the management definitely spending a lot, you know, to even make this team better than it was last year. I mean, obviously, last season you could see that we were strong and we were dominating, of course, but also we have to be fair and honest that like other teams, they dropped also points, you know what I mean? So okay, we did our job, of course, but we want to even continue this dominance, you know? We want to be strong, and especially now also with Sarah's coming in, with the guys they've got, you know, also a lot of friends of me, Jeffrey Christians, Patrick Reichelt, my close friend Carly de Murga also.
All of these guys, you're familiar?
You know, yeah, of course, they're, you know, we're really close also in the national team and outside football. And I think that Global is doing that well in getting strong players from outside as well. Not foreigners. We have this new Japanese player, Satoshi. It's called. It's a mix of Sato and Hoshi. So Satoshi. That's what they've been saying at the team now. No, but really humble guy. You know, Japanese are really humble people. And he's been all over the place also, in Thailand, in Indonesia. I know him from Indonesia. Well, he knew me as a hothead in the paper, you know, because I did some stuff wrong there. But people know about that. We're past that stuff. But no, he is definitely gonna bring a lot of experience as well. Plus, he's an all-rounder on midfield. Can play out wide, but can also play in midfield. But I mean, with his experience and with the experience that Coach Lee has, and yeah, you never know what ideas he has. You know what I mean? Yeah. For once, you know, he's gonna play right back. Or
how many new signings do you guys have?
I don't know. To be honest, I don't know exactly, because some people are still training with the team. Okay. So also with this player, I don't know. Well, I definitely think they're gonna get him because I saw his quality, of course. You know what I mean? But there's some players still training. So I don't know exactly the amount of players that we have signed, but there's definitely movement and big movement, especially with players that could have an impact in the UFL. Also, another thing that I wanted to mention is Jeremy Hun coming back. Yeah. Also a really close friend of me when I played in Stallions. It's in the championship team. I think that's a really good signing for Kaya. Yeah. I mean, that's someone that that knows the league. That's the most important thing. You can get quality players from, let's say, people say, oh yeah, he's coming from 2nd division England or 2nd division Germany. But it doesn't mean you will succeed here, because this is a different style of playing. You know what I mean? I get sometimes I get frustrated with it as well. It's really hard work, really a lot of running, and sometimes the structure is gone, you know, in the game. Yeah. So you have to fight, you have to be physical, you have to be fit. So if you come from those leagues, it doesn't mean that you will succeed in the Philippines. Right. But like, to come back, I mean, even what you saw Kaya earlier on with Diego Barrera, those are great signings. Yeah. I mean,
you know, what's noticeable now with this open window is now you can see that the teams, the clubs are learning a bit more than the first 2-3 years. Why do I say that? Because the signings, the new signings. Yeah. And if you notice, it's only a few foreigners. Definitely. It's more of the Filipinos now. Yeah. That has been moved. Of course, the club that can spend more has the more noticeable,
obviously,
new sign-ups. But teams like Archers, Socceroos, Pachanga, and all that, they're doing their stuff too. Yeah. Of course, we Archers, we've known to be the tallest team. Average height of 5'7", really 5'6". And we have Boya Canedo, who's also 5'4", 5'6". But you know, we have Kennedy with us, and then we have Paulo. Since we lost Patrick,
I like Kennedy. Kennedy is also there's a lot of potential. Yeah. I was with him in under 21s. I was one of the overage players there, and yeah, of course, sometimes I got really frustrated with him, but he definitely has quality, potential. You know, and potential. But yeah, I wanted to add something on that other thing also, because of there's a budget, because of teams training every day, playing weekly. That's what happens to, that you can see, like if Filipinos train every day and they've been taught the right things, they can become really good players. You know what I mean? Okay, maybe not this batch because like what you said, Boyet and stuff, they're already getting older. But can you see how much he improved already, playing in the league and being weekly, playing as a professional? So the youngsters that's coming up now, they're gonna be really good. You know what I mean? Or definitely up there to be in that ASEAN.
And
you know,
one thing what's nice is what I've noticed is the familiarity with one coach from one team. What I'm saying is like the guys from Loyola. You would always think that Nano, Amita, and Paolo Bugas will also be shifting the same team. Now that Kim is coaching Jeepney, Manila Jeepney, it's only Nano that went down because Giganto and all that were there already in the first place, playing last season for the second division. But I got a little shocked, but amazed, not amused that Paolo Bugas went to Global.
Yeah, he's with us now.
Because this is good. No, this is good for the kids. We're talking about the youth.
Definitely.
We're talking about the youngsters. You know, it's okay if you're in a school team or whatever, the university meet together. There's a different organization there, different type of discipline. But you know, players like Paolo and Nano, young, short guys, but can do international. Simple, Chiefy, Karigdong is a very good example. Number one, small frame, statue, whatever, but can do shit in international. And to see all of these young players moving up. The thing that I am, how do you say, sad about is how, like in the UAAP, in the NCAA, youth players, I've warned some of them already. Now all these players that have played in the FA Cup from the youth level, whether they're getting salaries or not. At least I can speak for the UAAP, that the UFL is considered now like the D League.
Yeah, so they're going to be ineligible to play.
They will not be eligible to play unless they quit or stop playing the UFL 2 years.
See, that's going to be
that's
I think that's you know, that like we have this other kid, OJ Clarino's brother, Ian.
Yes, he's
quality player. I would love him to play.
I was recruiting him.
Can you imagine if he plays with Amani Aguinaldo, Central? You have two quality Filipino center backs. Of course, people, they always, Amani, look, give this kid some time, you know? Let him play, that's why this thing in the under-21s was so good. Okay, the results, we had 4 points in 4 games. But if we would have gone through, nobody would have said anything also. We played really well there. We competed, we did well. But the main point of this tournament was to get these kids exposure, you know? Let them play full 90 minutes. Like, who really blossomed there is OJ Porteria, for example. Really blossomed. Kenchura Daniels, Gadia. Quality players, you know what I mean? But they need a stage. They need a stage to perform and play. I was asking to Ian, like, can you play? Oh yeah, no, I need to wait 6 months. My school. I mean, Pare, I'm telling you, you don't have 6 months. These 6 months, those are crucial. You need to play with good players. You need to train with good players. If you miss out on this time, you know, somewhere along your career, you'll break up.
It's counterproductive what these associations, sports associations are doing. I'm sorry, but I'm not bashing you, but I'm just talking as a coach, as a sports enthusiast. When we talk about the youth, we're supposed to let them bloom.
Exactly.
Let them blossom.
Exactly.
How can they blossom when you put them in shackles?
Exactly.
Just because they came from this school and transferred here. Okay, I understand if they were under scholarships and paid like this. Because I remember a few years back, a basketball player chose to go to another university and he was asked to pay.
Really?
He was asked to pay the old university that he came from, where that university. Okay, I mean, it's a shame. You know, a lot of kids nowadays are using sports. I'm not really talking about football anymore. I'm talking about sports per se.
Yeah.
They're using sports to get a better life for themselves.
Exactly. For their family. That's the most important.
That's number one. That's for the family, especially from the provinces. And you recruit them. Of course, I'll tell you. I've kicked out a few players I've recruited from the provinces and all that. But I still told them you can still stay in LaSalle, for example, and work it out. And they chose to go back. But you know, I'll get pissed off as a coach. Yeah, but it's my nature as a head coach, as an older man, as a father, to think. I don't want to think. You know, it's easy to talk if we're in a corporation, right?
Yeah.
Which is happening all over. I don't give a shit about you. You didn't do your job.
Yeah,
you know,
I can replace you.
Let go.
Yeah.
Let's get somebody else. You know, it's like becoming a robot of sorts or a slave. Why, you know, I understand if you're a 40-fucking-year-old executive and you screwed up and all things like that, but
You're talking
for
about kids.
17, 18-year-olds that are, you can see the potential, very big potentials to even end up representing the country. That's what Jason just said. Like Ian, I was recruiting Ian. I was actually recruiting, I was the first one to recruit him.
Yeah.
You can ask him that. But he chose to go to the other university, you know. But did I say anything? Move on and look for somebody else.
Yeah.
Right? But come on, I mean, for associations who are supposedly intelligent people, you're on top of the sports organization. Think about future of these kids. I mean, everything, I'm sorry, but everything happened in the UAP because of basketball. So even football now is being...
On the rise now.
It almost feels like they don't want them to have something good. It's like, if I didn't have that, or if my child is not in, you know, is not gonna get that, then I don't want anyone else to get that.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it is like that, but it almost looks like it is like that. You know what I mean? Because why would you hold these kids? Why?
It's like we're moving up, developing. There's this rubber band, long rubber band holding you down, bringing you down. That's why Philippine sports is not where it is supposed to be.
We could be way up there.
Higher.
I'm telling you.
Yeah.
It's a lot of politics actually, but you know what? Politics, you gotta throw that fucking out.
And then the funny thing is, they do all this stuff. They hold these kids down, and then because of them holding these kids, they can't develop in what they could have been, you know. And then we play other countries, of course, and Thailand, Myanmar. They don't hold these kids. They're gonna develop them till the maximum quality, and then we lose, and they're like, how you lose? Yeah, because of you, because you were holding them down. That's why we lose.
It's you know, why is it so negative?
Exactly.
That's what I'm thinking. Why is it so negative? What is sports? What's funny is here in the country, I will not say what area, but there are a lot of people who are put in positions, or just like in any school, institution, company, who are put in positions that are very sensitive, and they end up making decisions which is entirely wrong, which is the other way, instead of moving forward. That's why people, I'm saying it's like politics, huh? You put people in office, supposed to be helping.
Yeah, they end up doing the opposite.
They're doing the opposite going down. That's not right.
All right, so
go ahead. One thing, and whoever feels, you know, that we're talking about them now, you know,
they're guilty.
Exactly. So that's what I just want to say. If you feel something, you feel something boiling, you think like, who's this Coach Hans? Who's this Jason De Jong talking about me now? Because we didn't mention names, right? We didn't mention names. But if you feel something just there in the back of your head or in your heart,
I said before, right?
You know,
if you feel that I'm hitting you, then I might be right. Then you're guilty.
That's right.
But I'm telling you, these people, they'll always find a way to turn it around. And be like, oh, you're the one who's doing this and stuff.
Take a look in the mirror, folks.
But we're still waiting for it. I mean, this show, we've been waiting for all the people or the organizations, people, individuals that we've been bashing. And we just talk out from our hearts, guys. Nobody's telling us what to say here. We are not bound by a certain rule or what have you. We're speaking our mind up. I mean, we're lucky to have a show like ours because not because we're here, but because we are allowed to express ourselves and what we feel.
And so are you. If you feel as if we're hitting you here and we're bashing you unfairly, whatever, come out. Have a talk with us. We'd be happy to develop that conversation.
Well, we're too smart.
First of all, they will never come out. They'll stay safe in their room.
That's the problem.
But wait, we're going off track a little bit. Because the thing is, we're not bashing them. It's more like we want better for these kids.
Exactly.
And we want better for Philippine football.
Correct.
That's the whole thing and the main thing.
But the thing is here, they will say that we're bashing them.
Yeah, exactly. But that's not how it is.
That's how intelligent people are.
Exactly.
Anyway.
All right, some of the signings that we were talking about earlier on, The big one for me is the movement of Anton De Rosario from Kaya to Loyola Meralco Sparks. We've talked about some of them in the previous show. If you haven't heard of them, then take a look. We did confirm a lot of the signings in the last during the last show. But this one we can confirm now that Anton De Rosario, after being with Kaya since 1998, is now moving.
Is there anything to do with Armand bringing Loyola? I'm sort of thinking.
There's two things, I think.
Here you go. Yeah. What do you think?
First of all, Simon, our old coach.
Yes.
Because he has the whole Suzuki team there, man. Like the 2010. Except for me and Chris, not there. The rest, everyone's there. Or Ali also. Neil. But, and then Armand, of course, he's his brother and he does everything. But, I mean, it was, for me, also surprising. I didn't know anything, and then I was sitting on the table with him, like, huh? You're Mr. Kaya, how are you going to Loyola, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean,
don't be surprised, maybe next year, the other great kids will end up also in Loyola.
What do you...
Even also, Simon Chris might also transfer.
Nah, I don't think Chris will transfer.
Yeah?
Nah, he's also doing the academy and stuff. He's too big.
And I think he's being earmarked as the guy to replace as head coach in like 2-3 years. That's the understanding with Chris. So he's got his future mapped out with Kaya. But maybe do you think it has anything to do with maybe getting closer to a chance to winning trophies as well? I mean, Kaya has been there competing, but sort of on the periphery of trophies.
I think organizations such as football clubs, I think, of course, main objective of everyone would be winning the cup, winning the trophy.
Yeah.
But what people don't understand is, in the long run, it's a program that we want to follow. And I can say clearly in the Arches, you can see we don't have any real superstars, signings or what have you.
Yeah.
The number one superstar that we have is Chiefy.
Yep.
And we're out there, we already said on the first day that we're not a team of stars, we're a team of future stars. You see now Patrick has moved up to global. You know, there was a tug of war there, but
that's our best signing for me personally.
Yeah,
because I know Pat, I know Dates. You know, he's also a close friend of me, really close friend. He's just quality, man.
Yeah.
Especially also being born and raised here and has everything. Well, you're a big influence in his career as well. And he's just a good guy, man, you know what I mean? He's so calm and so respectful to everyone, you know what I mean? He's good to have in your team as well. Even outside of his qualities that he has.
He's intelligent.
Exactly.
He's not only intelligent.
Yeah, he went to Taft, so that's why he's intelligent, you know?
I wonder how he ended up in Taft. Anyway, he's intelligent not only in football, but also, you know, he's got a good head on his head, on his shoulders. Academically and all that, I've never had any problems with him since what? 10, 12 years ago.
Complete package also, marketing also, his face, good looking, so really easy to sell.
It works, yeah.
That's right. Tall, everything.
That's what I'm saying. You know, programs, we've got programs. Kaya has their own program, Global has their own program. So with the Archers, we want to develop. Yeah, we have players like Chiefy, Tateng Pasilan, Giovanna Simpron. Old names, we keep them there. But you see, we're making names also for the future.
So do you think
John Melissa, Ronnie Agisanda,
Villarreal,
Dodong Villarreal,
the rest
young
of
ones.
But do you feel as if Anton, that means that he no longer believes in the program of Kaya? That's why he's jumping ship?
No. We don't know for sure, right? But of course, number one, his older brother is in management now.
And like Jason said, Simon McMenemy, of course, that's
Simon,
definitely.
And maybe, you know, I'll tell you one thing. Even Michael Jordan, who is known to be with, when you call Michael Jordan, you say Chicago Bulls. But where did he end up? Wasn't he with the Washington Wizards and all that? You know, there comes a time when you really want to transfer. It's a new beginning for you.
Try something new, challenge.
When you're getting older, it's a good challenge for you to start trying, because you don't know, maybe the other coach or the other club can bring out something else out of you that you never knew that you had.
Right.
Those are some things that you need to ponder about. But obviously, number one is because Arman is there. I think that's the number one reason. You know, of course we don't want to say it, but the contract also would be, I think, more how do you say lucrative. What else? Come on, let's face it.
Hey man, it's professional football now. It never existed in the past, right?
This is what some fans don't understand. Folks, you're the fans. Okay, some are students. is studying. But those fans who are professionals, you're working. You mean to tell me, okay, you've worked, let's say, for a bank. I'm saying a bank was my son.
Right, right.
Was working in a bank. Please.
Let's say you work at Citibank and you love it there. You've been working there for 5 years. But if
Don't give them free, no.
But if like another bank offered you twice the amount,
Exactly.
you're jumping ship.
Exactly. Okay,
Right?
good example. My son, 4 days only in one bank. Another bank. I was straight out of college.
Yeah, it's
Then the other
definitely
bank
now.
offered him. I asked, how many times? Twice?
Yeah.
The salary that you're receiving now from this first bank? He said 5 times. Without blinking an eye, I said, go.
Right.
So don't how do you say?
But then again, also the loyalty, you know.
That's
I know there's no such thing anymore
Yeah.
in football as in loyalty.
Anywhere.
Because in anything, because also the amounts also have gone too big.
Yeah.
But also people think about their own lives
course.
and about their own future.
Yes.
But the thing, well, I'm not talking about Anton's move. I'm just talking about in general.
Yeah.
In general,
Yeah.
what I'm always not afraid, but what I'm wary of in this country is the emotional part that comes with it.
That's right.
So even in the Philippines, you have to be more careful with things you do, because it might
Yeah, but
somewhere along the road.
no, you're correct there. But when will we start educating the Filipino sports fan, especially football fans? When? If we're going to think that way,
Yeah.
then we'll all be backward.
Well, the funny thing also here is that in Holland, now this keeper, second goalkeeper, is going to Feyenoord from Ajax, right? I'm telling you, he has to move. People will come to his house, destroy his house.
right, right.
You do this here,
Yeah.
no problem. Some girl will just change her Kaya profile picture to a Loyola profile picture. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's no problem.
Yeah, because we're not there yet.
We're not there yet,
We're not
but
there
I
yet.
mean, it would be interesting if that would happen in the Philippines also. In the
I
future.
don't think so. Because culture.
How is that in basketball though? If somebody
No.
there's none, there's
That's
no.
not too much because of the way the PBA
I
is
don't
set
know,
up.
I don't know.
The PBA, the franchise
It's
is
a culture.
changed.
What
all
is
the
this if
time.
somebody goes from Sun Make Coffee to Moralco? Is there's no?
I don't think so.
No?
Sometimes maybe if
don't think
never
so.
is involved, but not really.
No, I don't think so.
I'm interested to see how the Kaya's Ultras treat Anton.
That's gonna be interesting.
No. I'll tell you. How much do you want to bet? Anybody? 1 month salary. You want to bet with me? You're 1 month. You earn much more than I do, man. And I'm doing 3 freaking things. You just bet.
Hey.
How much you want to bet?
Yeah,
When Loyola plays Kaya,
yeah.
the Ultras Kayas
Will chant his name.
chant his name. How much do you want to bet? That's how I've seen the Ultras Kaya when they were only a group of 14.
Right.
Or less than 14. And now they've blossomed and developed. You know, one thing, what's peculiar here with our Philippine football scene is we're different.
Right.
Because it's a culture. It's a culture. Like I've said before, it's going to take us a very long time before we can be in the same level with the Indonesian fanatics.
Yeah, that would be great.
Malaysia, Thailand. Yeah. We will get there soon enough. But, where do you see where the Philippine fans, Azkals game in Rizal, where everybody was applauding the other team? I mean,
Yeah.
applauding them
Yeah.
with sincerity, not just because somebody clapped. No, you know what's funny with not funny, but what I've observed with the Filipino fan, at least in football, maybe other sports as well. You know, not too much of basketball, but even basketball I've seen it. Is the Filipino sports fan appreciates a good match. Okay, if your other team is puta killing you left and right, expect the boos.
Yeah.
But if you play this game for the merits of its game,
Yeah.
you know, with fair play and all that shit, but giving 110% of that, the Filipino fan will know that.
They'll appreciate the
They
enemy
appreciate
as well.
the other, yeah.
Well-
Win or lose. Win or lose. You see that.
I think it's a good thing also because Filipinos, they're just friendly people. That's why they do that, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, for me, it goes up to a certain level because when we went to Indonesia, for example, they booed our whole national anthem.
Yeah.
They don't care
Yeah,
as
yeah.
long as Indonesia wins.
Yes.
Like, the thing is, that's sometimes what I would wish for. Like, if teams come here, it's like an absolute hell for
Yeah,
them.
yeah.
It takes them 2 hours to come to the stadium.
Yeah,
They're late
yeah,
for
yeah, yeah.
warm-up.
Yeah.
They cannot prepare well. When you know, I'm not saying they have to, but Indonesia, they will throw stuff at us,
In your bus.
Yeah, they will call my mom names. I'm not saying that's good. I'm not saying that's good. Don't get me wrong.
No, you're talking about to make the intensity.
Like it's, football is warm, man.
It's
not. It's
exactly.
It's not like friendly.
Yes.
People sometimes say, "Oh yeah, look, the Jong, he fouls it." Do you know? I do that for my teammates, man.
Yeah.
I bring them down so they're scared. They don't come through the middle anymore. They know if they come through the middle, I will kill them.
Yeah.
Right.
That's what I do. Flag and country.
Yes. Exactly. It's what you say. I always tell my players, even when they were still, young ones, in high school, I said, look, respect is earned. You show respect to your opponents, number one, or else because that comes out, you're too overconfident, you'll end up losing. But at the same time, you have to let the opponents respect you as well.
Yeah.
And in competition, like what Jason's saying, I won't put it that way. He said it because I will say it worse. Since he said it already, I'll be the nice guy now.
Yeah.
Sorry, you're the guest, so I'm being the nice guy now.
It's okay.
Hit them first. I mean, for lack of terms, parents don't start bashing me or telling me again, my kids listen, I'm saying. Show them, like what Jason said, that I am not a patsy. You can't get just through me just this easily.
Yeah.
If you made me look like a freaking monkey once, you won't do that again twice.
Exactly.
If I was a coach and let's say Jason did that, it was done to Jason once, then he allowed it to happen again twice, I'm thinking already about substituting him.
Yeah.
You need, like you said, warriors.
Yeah.
Athletes are warriors. It's okay to be nice. That's why all other sports, I would like to believe, and I only believe that, the other sports have you see that fair play actions of other athletes and other sports. It's because of football. Because only football has been the only one that has advertised fair play throughout the world. We have the fair play.
In the middle.
Yeah, but
in the middle of a war.
it's just for me, all this thing, where it just comes down to, there's a place and time for it. Look, when I see them in the hotel, it's like, oh yeah, hi, how are you?
Exactly.
But they know full well, when they come in the pitch with me, I'll get them.
Yes.
Same thing, when the referee whistles, I shake their hand.
Yeah.
Fair play, I respect you, you respect me, that's all final. But during the game, you just have to, you have to go all
One good example, people don't understand what we're talking about. Look at the UFC.
Yeah.
Bloody.
That's the perfect
broken
example.
bones and everything. But look, after the fight,
they hug each other.
they respect each other.
Yeah.
Boxing.
Yeah.
Look like who did Pacquiao make a mincemeat of? The Golden Boy. What's his name?
De La Hoya.
De La Hoya. Look, he didn't come out anymore on the ground.
Yeah.
Pacquiao stood up right away and went to him, and they both hugged each other.
Yeah.
And De La Hoya said, "You're my idol." Pacquiao said, "No, you're my idol."
Yeah.
Because De La Hoya was there ahead of Pacquiao. So football is not really a fist fight.
That's
it's
what
skills.
That's why, like Jason said, like people say it's disrespectful to shout at people, like the opposition team. But like Jason said, it's a war, and you're trying to help your team win.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So eventually, I think we'll get there. But as of the moment, we're just too nice. We're too nice of a crowd.
Even in training, sometimes that happens. You have emotions.
Yeah.
But then afterwards, it's over.
Yeah.
I have so many times with teammates. That I have like. And then also, of course, some people might look at me like, look at this crazy guy again, doing this stuff. But that's just me also.
Yeah.
So if you would respect me, if next time I get hot-headed or anything, you just stay away from me, Then 10 minutes later, we shake hands again.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just how it is. Football is also emotion. You say things that you don't mean, you know what I mean? But it doesn't mean that I don't like you.
Yeah,
it's just how it
as
is.
coaches. Remember we talked earlier.
Yeah.
I mean, the referees, they're best friend from all the coaches. It's Coach Hans. But when Coach Hans has a team playing, I'm the worst enemy.
Yeah, nobody likes Coach Hans if the whistle's blowing.
After the game, people are sort of wondering, why is Coach Hans bantering with these guys, joking, laughing?
Yeah.
But just a few minutes ago, he was bashing these guys, cursing them.
Yeah.
But that's, it's like, I don't know how you say it, Jing, you're better than me in this. It's like, you don't bring your work home.
Right,
Yeah.
right. It's your boundaries.
But some people have to understand before they speak, You know,
They don't
that's already the first mistake they make. You don't know what these people go through. You don't know what these people need. For example, with me, if I miss out on that win, I cannot buy a diaper for my baby, for example.
Right.
You know,
exactly.
just to give an example. So I would do everything to make sure we win, and I get that bonus.
Yes.
Right.
So, you know, and then before people say like, oh look, he was saying the effort, he was saying stuff, he was kicking people. Think about to get in my position or in other people's positions. You don't know what they go through every day.
You know what? Philippine fans, when I say fans, I'm talking about people also who think they know about football, who post a lot of bullshit or what have you. Some are okay.
People who are just getting into
Those are the
game.
funniest. Yeah. I'm even entertained in my house.
The thing is, we are decades behind.
Yeah.
Because number one, you don't understand the sport. Number two, you don't know the emotions that an athlete, a football player, or a football coach for that matter, and even the staff, even the physiotherapist, even the masseur.
Exactly.
All of these guys, the passion is there.
Yeah.
Because who wants to lose? Who wants to be in an organization that will lose? Okay? So, but losing makes you only stronger, right? Because if you're going to stay like this, then fuck that. Get out. You know, retire, go to another sport, whatever. You know, start cleaning your house or whatever. I mean, but we're still so behind that you don't understand what these people go through. Even fans on fans. Okay? In the beginning, I'm part of these guys. You know, we're watching a game and people just standing up in front of you and talking right in front of you. Bastos. And there's a game going on. Or people are seated in the railings, people just stand up and block your view. And you tell them to sit down or whatever, they get pissed off, you get into a fight. It doesn't have to reach that point. This is what I'm saying, they're not educated. You sitting there watching a game, people stand up and stand up. I will say, Opo, can you please sit down.
Yeah.
Or kids are playing around.
Stadium etiquette.
Yeah, stadium etiquette.
Yeah.
Kids are playing around. Fine, no problem. I love kids. But if they're blocking, I don't tell the kids get out. Like I saw some people, castigating these children. They don't know better, man. Why will you tell the kids? Tell the freaking parents or whoever. Can you please bring your kids and let them sit down? Ganon.
Right.
Hindi sasabihin sa bata. So there's a lot of things there that we don't know how to react to. We don't know what the protocol is.
Yeah, how do you learn to that? I mean, I think it's just
more
coming out to the games, doing it more often, understanding the culture.
Yeah,
and it starts again.
Yeah.
It's September 20. The UFL FA League Cup happens on the 20th, and it starts off with a bang. Like we saw in last week's episode, it was mostly Group A, which is going to be the group of death in the FA League Cup.
The worst group of death I've ever seen.
It's just all first division teams. It starts off with Stallion against Philippine Army, and then Manila Jeepney versus Green Archers United, which is going to be a fun game.
Come
and then
on, man, we have a tougher group, man.
Shut up.
And then Pachanga versus Ceres. So
It's Bob Guerrero's hand, that's paho.
first, we're going to get the first chance to see Ceres play on September. And
Who was
then
Ceres playing first game?
Ceres versus Pachanga. So that's going to be
Why
very
hasn't
interesting.
Bob been on the show?
He was last week. Last week he was here.
It was he and I that picked up.
Oh, he did the draw.
I did the draw.
Oh my God.
So on the 21st, on Sunday, so to make it a weekend, go to on the 20th and the 21st in Rizal Memorial Football Stadium. Group B goes on Kaya versus Dolphins, Team Soccer versus Laos, Manila All Japan versus Forza. Global doesn't start playing until Tuesday, so they'll be playing Dolphins in their first game. It's going to be the same day that Loyola plays.
There'll be
their
televised
first
games,
game
right?
as well. The televised games don't happen until semifinals. So you guys have to come out to the venues and really
come out in
and
Rizal.
support. Yeah?
I think you'll be more comfortable than Emperador, but parking will be something else.
Yeah.
Well, it's at least
And traffic.
the traffic, but at least the accessibility is a little bit easier than.
But don't look at that. Don't look at that. You look at the field.
Yeah, and being part of the UFL myself, there's been a lot more, focus on making a game experience better.
Yes.
So at least there's something to look forward to in that sense. Making it a more fun experience for everybody who comes out to the game. So
And
definitely
regarding
come on.
the referees, officials, I think the UFL has gone through the PFF now. So we'll have more referees, hopefully.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not going to confirm that.
No, you don't need to. I don't work for the UFL, you do.
Yeah.
But the quality of them is still a question mark.
That's always.
So if you guys see me get booked next week, then you know already what's happening. They saw this show.
No, you got 2 weeks. You got 2 weeks.
Oh, 2 weeks. That's right.
2 weeks to contemplate if you're going to get booked or not.
That's why, they get me booked for something that I didn't do.
But to be fair, Jason, you've toned down quite a bit.
Yeah.
You've certainly...
Yeah, right away.
No, I mean, it's very easy to see. I mean, sometimes you'll get chopped down, Jason will stand up, nothing. No words exchanged, nothing. Very respectful towards the referee.
I gave up, Pare. I'm telling you. I'm just like, you know what, I can't argue with you, but you're not on the... No.
But people are asking me, Coach, why is De Jong so different already? I said, Coach Lee is a smart guy. Why? Because to shut Jason up, he gave the captain's band. So he cannot be a total screw up because he's the leader of the band.
Yeah, exactly. Because the other day also I read on Facebook, De Jong, he's not a good player. You know why? Yeah, he never scores.
Oh, that fun must be from basketball.
Yeah, it was a good argument. I was like, yeah, I think so also.
So if
I'm
you're
on the same line.
Can I just react to that? It's fucking stupid. Look, if you're thinking about, like, in basketball terms that any of the 5 players can score, football's 11. If you say Jason's a lousy player because he doesn't score, then everybody's fucking lousy except maybe for Phil who scores, or James or Mark who scores. So everybody else is stupid and lousy players because they don't score, no?
Yeah.
Good job.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Wonderful thinking.
Come on, man. Like I said, we need to educate the Filipino fan.
I want to say hello to the people of Pinoy Exchange, by the way.
This Muppet Show, man. I'm telling you. This song I just hear over and over and over in my head.
Sesame Street.
I'm telling you.
Hey, just to clarify, pronunciation of your last name, so we can get it over and done with.
Yeah.
So no longer can we have different versions of how we say Jason's last name.
Yeah.
How is it said?
It's said De Jong.
De Jong.
Yeah.
I rest my case.
All right.
You guys don't want to fucking listen to me?
All right.
I'm half Dutch too.
Right.
J is an H.
I'm telling you, I've heard anything. The Jong, but the Jong I don't really mind, because people really know me as that.
Yeah,
but last time I heard Daddy Jong. Just Daddy Jong. There's no D anymore.
No, Jace, because
it's just Jong.
Their nickname's Jong.
Yeah.
Filipino men,
It's gotta be the best
boys,
one, Daddy
nicknames
Jong.
are Jong, so they call you Jong. Okay? But I said already before,
What?
I said it before a long time ago, in Dutch language, a J is silent.
And that should be easy for everyone because we're Filipinos and we pronounce the J's with, the H's anyways, right? So
it's De Jong.
De Jong, all right? Watch it. Anybody who mispronounces his name, we're going to direct you to this freaking podcast.
Jason De Jong.
Fuck up his first name.
Well, like I said earlier, heard and seen it all. Well, that's what I thought. That's what Ben Starosta always used to say.
Right.
But
don't think that. That will become
exactly. Once you come to this beautiful island,
but
on the end of the day, guys, of course we say and complain about these things, but look where we are now and where we were. We're still moving forward.
Absolutely.
And
you know what?
that's the only thing that matters.
I forgot to mention, even in our past shows, what I find really on the heart is when they play abroad.
Yeah.
Even Loyola Global Institute.
Oh man.
The Filipino community are there.
Exactly.
You never saw that, let's say, 10 years ago?
No way.
You don't see that.
Same in Brunei. We had great support from the embassy there, and a lot of Filipinos came out, And most of the times when we play abroad, it's always like a home game to us, I mean, so many Filipinos that watch there, and that makes you proud, And that's what I also tell the boys. Look at these people. They come out to watch us. They understand the game or they don't understand the game. Doesn't matter at this time, because they're there to support. They're Filipinos.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's right. That's the thing. That's a good thing. That's one other good thing that hasn't been really taken notice. Only Bob, I think, has wrote about it, but not too much about it. The Filipino fan working abroad.
I like how you wrap that up nicely for us because sometimes we complain and we lose ourselves in sort of the negativity of what can we do better? What can we do better? What can we improve? But like you said, since 2010, 2008 even, it's exponential, the growth that we have experienced.
Like it really is. Like I used to stay in Ultra, and now I stay in Manila Hotel. You know what I mean? So you know what I mean? It really is like that. You know. And like I said before, I think I tweeted this earlier. You gotta love the Filipino, man.
Yeah. Before we watch only replays, now we can watch it live.
Exactly.
And the replay is what? 2 months after.
Saying hello to everybody on Pinoy Exchange. We gotta say hello to you guys. We appreciate you.
What are the guys from Pinoy Exchange? I want to know who.
Interacting with us through there. Is this correct? hoforums.nmftv.com. Everybody on Pinoy Exchange who says hello and gives us their thoughts. It's a really gay smile that I've got going on.
Is there any other funny
Somebody's got to fix that. Hey guys, make sure to tune into this Thursday's. Please let Coach Hans bash PFF's counterproductive rules. I think we already got that covered. So they were talking about the Suzuki Cup draw. They were saying that, we had a difficult Cup draw, and then there's a lot of people that are.
Let's refresh.
We don't really have. In terms of the Suzuki Cup, it's always going to be a difficult freaking group because it's a tiny region, and there's a lot of good teams like Myanmar, Singapore, Thailand, Indonesia. Doesn't matter what group you're in.
You know what I'm saying? All these other Southeast Asian countries, the FAs are saying, "What's happening to us? Look at the Philippines. Where were they? Now they're the highest ranked teams among in our region.
Exactly.
So they need to do something same." But we forgot to mention a while ago, in offense to Myanmar, I believe in Coach Radic. Because when I saw them play, the first time I saw them play here, I said, this is the way Singapore used to play. But Myanmar plays it more with intensity than Singaporeans. Why? Because Singaporeans technically are much better. Myanmar are doing it more on their speed and all that. You see, but the way they play, their passing and all that, I saw Singapore.
Yeah.
With a big difference, faster lang.
What I think is also what we have the same thing as Singapore. We're more Western.
Yes.
So we're more stiff.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like, as in Myanmar and Vietnam, all those kind of countries. If you see a midfielder, for example, me, I'm slow. You know, I have to admit that I'm a slow player. I'm not good on the turn and everything.
It's only slow in football, folks, but never mind.
I'm not that agile. But
sure.
the thing is, like, if you see a midfielder for Myanmar or a winger, they have the same agility.
Yes.
You know what I mean? They have the same speed. That's it.
Yes.
So sometimes also when we play against GF and stuff in the league, I'm like, come here, you know what I mean? Like, I want to grab you, but I can't. You know? He's like so quick. It's like, come here, you're like a fly, you're like a freaking fly. You know? But like same thing when you play abroad, also in Europe and stuff. It's more the pace is more slow.
It's clear. It's a level. It's a level of play. Let me just, I'm trying to teach my college boys. Like yesterday, we played against Stallions. Okay, I'm just a freaking UAAP team. College boys, average 19 years old, against Stallions. I just told them, look, now you will know the level of play.
Yeah.
Okay, this is the level of play that you won't want to reach.
Yeah.
All I want you guys to do is just go with them. Go with the flow. Don't let it be, thinking that these are Stallions, UFL First Division, former champions and all that you're going to let go. No, this is the best time to challenge yourselves and see how far you can go. And pretty much we did pretty well, actually, against the Stallions. But, after the friendly, I also told my boys, look, they're not giving their all, remember, this is a friendly. These guys are getting paid. They don't want to get injured. Okay? Simone played only about 45 minutes because we played 30 minutes. And Simone's still recovering. But the new signings also played. And the foreigners, the locals, they played. Which is a good sign, not because I'm talking about LaSalle. Because I think the other UAP teams, hopefully also the NCAA teams, are faring pretty well now. The level of football is moving up.
And from the bottom up, which is important because the grassroots needs to catch up.
Even the youth. Even the youth teams, under 12s, under 14s, you can see my field in my field,
wow.
La Salsobel field, every freaking day, Monday to Saturday, is full with all my programs, all my teams. And what's interesting is when I don't train, I'm still there every day to watch my coaches, other coaches. And you know what I call the bugoys. Bugoys is the startups, of no skills yet or not. But when you see them, you know right away. I mean, at least I know right away. Oh, ay, move ni Chief ito, move ni Jason to, move ni ganon.
They've been watching.
They've been watching.
They've been watching.
And no, the level has really been moved up.
Yeah.
The level has really moved up, even from you. That is how you can say if a program is successful or not. If for example, we're up here now, UFL, Azkals and all that. But if you look at the high school or 14-year-olds or 12-year-olds, play the same way as they played 12 years ago, 10 years ago.
Then nothing's going to happen.
That's
then
wrong.
you have a problem then.
Yeah.
Yes.
Clear problem.
There's going to be a gap.
So, you know, which is good now that there are a lot more of coaching licensee for Filipino coaches and all that. Because we were talking about earlier, football's gone up, but not all coaches still know, you know, because you can see right away the organization in training. How do the coaches organize their training sessions? Sometimes some are still, bahala na, here's a ball.
Exactly.
But you see that the growth, everything has got to go there. But then again, of course, we have one problem that's not going up, and we all know.
The referee.
I didn't say anything.
Oh, is that-
To be honest, I'm really happy to hear that. You know that you say that, because obviously with me, I have to focus on my own stuff. But you are more involved with the grassroots and also with the kids at school,
Yeah.
and you work with them every day. So I'm really happy to hear that. You know, and yeah, of course, I still have people that read out of a book and tell them, let's put the cones there.
Yeah, yeah.
You know,
But they
and
don't
just
understand
play.
what it's for.
Exactly,
That's the
but
thing.
they're not there to teach the kids. They're there just to.
Yeah, that's
do
why
whatever.
it's good now. There are a lot of younger
Coaches.
people now, both men, women, that are into coaching now. Wanting that's number one.
Yeah.
We need more of that. Of course, obviously, we need the kids. But what can you do when you have 100 kids coming into play and you have only one coach? That can't happen.
Right.
So best is, like in my program, my grassroots program, perfect would be 15, at least 15, 12 to 15 kids to one coach, to one trainer.
But that's max, huh?
That's max, yes, that's max. More than that, when I started, oh my golly.
It also depends on the age, Jing. You have the
Yeah.
younger ones you need to hold by the hand,
Yes.
The older ones, they know already a little
Yeah.
bit how to move.
And I think that's the thing, like if we continue to bring success and
Yes.
have players like Jason and other people to look up to, then more people will want to get into coaching.
Exactly.
More
You
people
know what?
want to start early.
It's a domino effect. Remember
Yeah.
when talking about the domino effect? When it's time for Jason, let's say, to retire, I don't think he'll just leave football. Just like Chief is already coaching for me now.
Yeah.
He's helping me out. And the UFL youth, who are the coaches? The players of the clubs.
Yeah.
That's a good start. This is where it's happening.
Yeah.
That's why I was so happy when FIFA and the AFC made that program wherein former national team players are automatically into the program of coaching.
Right.
It's like they have to sit in for the C licensing, then they go directly to the B. Because that's the future. Okay, that's the future. The only thing that's, I give it up, hats off to other coaches who never really went through the, proper course.
Yeah.
One thing only that they have to learn is how to deal with the kids. Remember, there are two types of coaches. In my book, there are two types of coaches for the youngs. That one who knows technically is football, but doesn't know how to treat kids.
Yeah.
The other one is very good with the kids, but doesn't know how to teach properly. So you put them together, and the only way you can put them together is put them into courses.
Right.
And when you get there, I never admitted that I knew everything. When I started attending my first course, after only about 3 years or 4, maybe 3 years of coaching when I started, I was saying, this is what I said, this is my calling. Because that's when I found out that what I was doing through my experience as a player only. And when I got into my first FIFA course, I said, hey, I was doing the right thing.
Is that something?
But it's there are other matters that have to,
Absolutely.
it's not just the training, it's how you treat the players. how you treat the kids.
So many
You have to-
matters. Also, where you have been before you were a coach, as a player, for example, your knowledge of football.
Yeah.
Because sometimes you have people that have like a license, but it's just like listening to a book. Like you can.
That's right.
They give. There's no like flow. There's no like You know what I mean? What do you want to achieve with this kind of training? What you know?
It's basically you're like a teacher.
Yeah.
I taught for 11 years.
Yeah.
Yes, folks, I used to be a teacher. Don't ask what subject. Anyway, the thing there is, you need to have your program. As a coach, you need your program. Daily, weekly, semi-month, monthly, pre-annual, semi-annual, annual. Teachers, you have that, how do you call it? Curriculum, you know, and all that.
Your syllabus.
Syllabus, yeah. It's exactly the same thing.
But the best teachers are always the ones that don't follow it word for word. You know what I mean? That's what Jason's saying. Like you have to also involve yourself in the experience and understanding and showing them what it's for and where is this applicable.
It's all too like, you know, it's not natural, you know?
Precisely.
Yeah.
Now let's focus a little bit more on Jason. We've had an opportunity to really discuss about all types of things about Philippine football, and it's nice that you've been very opinionated about a lot of things. But
Jason opinionated.
I recall that
news.
Well, we booked Jason for this interview. There were some things that Jason wanted to talk about and wanted to get off his chest.
You got the floor, boy.
And I'd like to get to that before we finish.
Yeah. Go.
And I think yeah, go ahead.
Say it, man.
No. We talked about a lot of the stuff already.
Yeah.
Like the ones that I also mentioned. You know, everything.
No, if Jason's a little bit shy about that, I'll start. Because there were.
I'm never shy. You know that, right?
No, but just let me crank you up.
Yeah.
Because I saw posts between the Gilas and Azkals. A lot of you folks don't fucking know what you're talking about.
I didn't know this.
Okay. You know what? Flag in country. If Gilas players just did this, they got one win, they'll be getting 7 digits bonuses. Azkals lost the Peace Cup and all that. Some people bash the Gilas, some people will bash the Azkals.
Yeah.
You know why Jason's here, why you want him here is for him to say. So you'll know straight from the mouth, from let's say the horse's mouth. Because I'm sure Jason what he has to say are the same feelings of the whole Azkal organization.
Let's hear it.
No, I mean, of course, like it's always this thing, with basketball and football, and it's a difficult situation, but it's also a sensitive matter, and a really sensitive subject. Well, of course, I talked to Coach Hans about it, and to be honest, also, I don't want to talk too much about this basketball thing. It's just more organization-wise with us, that we like also what Coach Hans said, like there's so many people that try to help us with the national team and that are offering, and I mean, every time something's wrong, you know what I mean?
Something that doesn't go their way.
Yeah, you know what I mean, and it's something that the players are really getting sick and tired of. I mean, last time, just to give an example, sometimes it's with, the jersey's not ready, or like we had no bus to training, for example,
Yeah.
I don't get me wrong, I'm not attacking someone, I'm just wondering what always these things cause, what are the problems with this, because the players are always the ones that have they get hurt by this.
At the end of the day,
At the end of the day,
they're the ones who suffer.
Yeah, exactly. We are the ones who suffer. It's from the coaches, also from Chester, for example.
Yes.
We talked about him earlier. He's always on time.
Yeah.
He always has our laundry done. He always has, and these people, get hurt and get affected by other people that don't do their jobs.
Yeah.
Okay, now we lost, of course, against Myanmar, but most of the time we gave results. We won a lot of games. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We do our part on the field. We just need people to do their parts off the field.
Yeah.
And that, I'm, of course, it came up to a point with me also that I just gave up what I told you guys. I'm like, I'm not going to argue with these people anymore. I'm just going to not say anything anymore. I'm just going to do my thing. But of course, I get frustrated by this also, because you work hard, and you try to reach and do this, but it's like a card house. Somebody takes the lower card and the whole thing falls, or like a kid. He builds a sandcastle and this is other kid and that destroys it, you know what I mean? Everything for nothing. Yeah. So I'm just saying to these persons, whoever is involved with this and whoever also probably feels, please stop this, Just please don't do this to Philippine football, because you're not helping, and we need everyone to support this.
My feeling there, we've all said before, these are the bandwagon riders, actually, and then
Yeah, that's even the worst.
Yes.
Because when we have success, those are on the ones.
Yes.
Those are on the parade.
Yeah.
Those are on the car in the front, like they're on the Corvette in front of the bus. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like what's
remember
happening
all our
here?
other guests, Phil, James, exactly what Jason's saying now. Same thing. Who are the other players that we guested before? Chiefy, who else? They all said the same thing.
And also,
people have gone and they're-
the thing
they're-
is, don't get me wrong, you know, Coach, I also don't know the story, you know what I mean? But I'm saying people know what case I'm talking about, and I mean, just stop it, you know, leave it. If you have a problem, you work it out, but don't hurt us, you know?
Yeah.
Don't hurt our players, my boys, you know what I mean? I want to protect them from all this stuff. And like I said, it's always something, you know, and it's really tiring.
Some people just don't understand what it takes to, you know, what it takes for a national athlete, what they go through.
Right.
You know, it's big difference playing for a club and playing for flag and country. Big difference. Playing for flag and country, you don't really get anything. If you do well, win or lose, depends on the management.
Yeah.
There's a personal entity, then you can give bonuses and all
Sure.
that. But what people don't see is what they go through. They fucking think, like the Azkals, I just called, the players are here, tournaments there, bam, they just play.
Right.
They don't go through the training, they don't get through all of this stuff. I would like to believe, so it's not too heavy for me and for us who are in sports, that people who are saying stuff like this are not sport techie people. They just want to talk. Usually the ones who don't know the least, usually it's those who know the least are the noisiest.
Yeah.
The one who knows the
Exactly.
least are the noise. Because if we know like we know, we don't have to say anything.
Right.
But we need to stand, and this show, hands-on, is mainly for football. We're here not just to put down other people, but we're here to educate others.
Right.
At the same time, we're here also to protect Philippine football. Yeah, you'll hear us talk about stuff, okay? Negative. But at the end of the day, we are here to be positive, okay? My way is different from Jing's way, from Jason's way, from Thomas Dooley's way and all that.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, bottom line is we all want the same thing.
Right.
Yeah.
And what is that? For Philippine football, do well. Of course, you gotta stumble here and there, but that's not the end of it, right?
Yeah,
Some
of course.
people like, and why do you fucking compare basketball to football?
That's something that really frustrates me is you know the whole this or that. It's this or that.
Yeah.
It's either basketball or football. It's like fucking dude, we're all Filipinos. You know what I
Yes,
mean?
exactly.
We're all everybody fighting for the same thing. You know. So if you're fighting for your flag and country in basketball, support it. You like basketball, like it. But it doesn't mean you have to choose football or basketball. You know,
You know
what I mean? I love both.
Yes.
I grew
Yeah.
up as a Filipino playing basketball and loving football as I grew older. And I love watching the Azkals, you know, improve and get better and move up the rankings of the world football.
Exactly.
And I appreciate that. And I appreciate that the Gilas Pilipinas was able to win.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
Why
They
can't
did
you
it.
fucking love both?
They
I'm
did
not
it.
Filipino. I'm not Filipino. I don't have Filipino blood at all.
Yeah.
But watching the Gilas, even losing, I was so proud of them.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, how can you lose for a Southeast Asian country average height of what, 5'10", the most, the tallest?
Like 6'6".
Play
Yeah.
against giants,
Yeah.
but losing only by 2-4 points and all that shit. Okay, and then the thing there is, you're comparing Gilas, Azkals. Why was there so much noise about the Dragon Boat?
Yeah, the
They
Dragon
won
Ball
how many
team
goals?
kicking ass. And there's that iconic
Nobody
photo.
knows about it.
World.
Yeah,
No.
there's that iconic
What?
photo that I just saw on Twitter of this guy who's about, I don't know, maybe my size or whatever. He's doing this, he's flexing his muscles, and it's a
Yeah, I
it's
saw
a
that.
colossus behind him, and they were
What's
beating
it, American, German?
or one of the European teams, yeah.
European, this guy in Filipino.
And they beat those guys.
Yeah.
And I think I think really that's sort of the story of Philippine sports. You know, we're always going to be somewhat of an underdog going
Yes.
into these bigger competitions.
Yeah.
And I think what Gilas Pilipinas showed is very similar to what the Azkals showed in the competitions that we performed in. You know, I mean, we were underdogs. People didn't expect us, but because we fought harder than everybody else.
What does that cause, though? That like feeling that people have? It's like, or football or basketball. Why is it like that? I was at home also watching.
Yeah.
And do you think I don't want them to win? Of course I want them to win. You know what I mean? I support them also 100%. I was also on the edge of my chair. You know what I mean? For them hoping to win.
Yeah.
I don't know what that.
That's interesting. That's an interesting question. I mean, what do you think it is that makes people want to be divisive about these sports?
And also why, like, if we're on TV, it is a problem for them. Why? You know what I mean? Why can't we just be both on TV?
No, I think it's a mentality. You know? I think it's just a mentality. You know, it's a thing like, I was nothing before. I still am nothing.
Yeah.
But I see something that can represent me.
Okay.
Okay? To do well. They do well, then sometimes they stumble. I get agitated. I start bashing them. But when they move up, I'm there again, supporting them.
Right.
You know, like, okay, very good example, school teams.
Okay.
Whatever sport, school teams. Like you say, the animal. Win or lose.
Sure.
You need to support your, you know, you may tell me, I'm your classmate, you're playing.
Yeah.
I don't play. I'll support you as long as you keep on winning. You lose, you're an ass. You're an ass. You know, come on.
It could be that in terms of like the fair weather fans.
Yeah.
The second thing I like to think is people like to be part of a team. You know?
Yeah.
Be part of something.
Yeah. Be part of something. And you know, football has come up, and I've been a basketball fan throughout my entire life. I'm gonna be like, you know what? I'm gonna go bash the football people, not knowing that the big concept or the bigger picture is that everybody's fighting for the same thing. You know,
exactly.
So it doesn't make any sense if you're looking at it in a bigger picture.
That's very peculiar with the Filipino.
I don't think it's a Filipino thing. I think it could be like a world thing as well.
Maybe.
Yeah. I don't want to be quick to say that it's a Filipino trait. I think it might be a human trait that you just want to be part of a team. You know, but it's a misplaced loyalty.
Exactly. Like I was going to say, how can you be part of a team when you are not giving your unconditional support?
Yeah, I think you're on the wrong. You're making a team that is the incorrect team because the team is Philippines. That's the team. You know, right?
I'm even listening now. You know, it's really getting interesting. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because it's really, I never thought about this in this deep way. Because I'm just like, you know what? Of course, basketball is here, and we're just trying to promote football, and we're gonna leave basketball for what it is.
Right.
You know, I even have friends that play in the PBA also. You know what I mean? And I also support them. But I was always focusing just on that, you know. But I never just, you know, thought about what you were saying now, like what does it cause these feelings and arguments, you know
it's
what I mean?
It's a characteristic. You know what I was going to say? So, what I've noticed is school teams, when you make up your teams, I do this with my kids. I mean, up to the high school level, not in the collegiate. I'll get 4 seniors, let's say. Okay, 4 seniors, Jack and Poy, draft, get your own players.
Okay.
For sure, always, the last one that's left behind is the lousiest player.
Right.
Yeah.
But there you can see, among the 4 leaders, who's the smartest one? For me, the smartest one who gets the first keeper, the best keeper. The others get the best striker, goal scorer. I want to get goal scorer. These people don't think. This guy is thinking for glory. This one who got the keeper as his first draft is a smart guy.
Okay.
What you do it? You have your goal scorer, but you don't have any defense. You have the lousiest keeper. Is that an assurance you're going to win because you have the top scorer? And if, for example, even if you say, like, I do things also with Jack and Poy, you and I, Jack and Poy, Jason.
Yeah.
Then the coach says, okay, all winners here, all losers here, and they play against each other.
Yeah.
You'll see. The older ones, when say, let's say I lost to Jason.
Okay.
I saw my team. Let's say I lost to Jack and Poy, right? Losers here. I see my team. Oh shit. You know, lousy team. I'm more senior than Jason. Jason, you go there, I'm going here.
Right, exactly.
Okay.
You will see that even 11, 10, 12-year-olds.
Funny thing is also that really happens. It's how do you say that? I never thought I would be like that when I was younger. I was like, I'll never do that when I'm older. You know, look at him, he's just picking on me. But now also, exactly what you say. You look over in the corner of your eye. You're like, no, OJ. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Can Churro go?
Hey, you know what? I'll tell you, in one of my courses.
But don't get me wrong, they're my boys. You know what I mean? But it really is like that. You know what I mean? Like
it's human nature, I think. Because even in my course, AFC, this is AFC, FIFA coaching course. It was done by. He used to be the technical director, UEFA. He was a technical director. I don't know which World Cup. I forgot his name. He's Scottish. Anyway, he used to coach one of the Scottish teams before that qualifies for the World Cup. Coaches, okay, make your teams. You know, and I'm talking about all Asians. I'm not talking about Filipinos, Malaysians, Middle Easterns, Chinese, Japanese, and all that. The others were, of the Japanese don't care. They're honorable. They just go anywhere they are sent.
yeah.
But just the Filipino, like me, I'm a Filipino, but Filipino head, make your team. Teams of 5. All I did was look for the youngest coaches. And I just play 2 minutes, 3 minutes. Okay, stop, go ahead. And my team always wins. Because I had the youngest.
I'm sorry.
You just choose it.
Yeah.
So it's just like the fans.
Here. This is what I was hoping for. Sorry.
Yeah. That's the.
You want to be there as a fan, you want to be heard, as long as your team wins.
Right.
Yeah.
When your team loses, okay, I admit, I lost to Myanmar. I was shouting upstairs, saying, do your subs. As a coach.
Right.
But did I bash Thomas Dooley?
No.
Did I bash the Azkals? Did I say they fucking played lousy, they played stupid? What I said was the first goal, that's his fault. He didn't defend him well enough. Because the ball was already in our back third.
Yeah.
Didn't close it up. But did I say that, puta, that fucking player stupid? That's the mentality that is wrong here. You went to watch, to support.
Yeah.
Even if you're there to watch as entertainment.
The thing is also, Coach, what also the problem is here, they don't understand, like also what causes certain situations and how did this happen, how did they get in the final third, they don't see that things, they just see like, Roland Muller should have stopped the ball, especially with me, for example, the one in the Challenge Cup, when I fouled them, but they don't see what happens 2-3 times before that. Yeah. So the one who lost the ball there, is he also a mistake then? Of course not. We're a team here. At that time, you think, okay, this is the best way to stop someone or to, you know what I mean?
Yes.
Yeah. Of course not. You're not gonna like set them up here to score. Yeah. That was a great example. You know what I mean? But then they talk and they, you know what I mean? They don't know anything.
Exactly like the first goal. I read so many posts blaming Roland for it.
How?
Why was he there? Folks, the ball is on the wing. Why do you expect the keeper to go here? Why was he allowed, that Myanmar player, allowed to make that cross? I feel like chamba pa nga eh.
Yeah, exactly.
Cross.
The worst thing about that is, Coach, that some people were like, no, put Dayto in. What has that to do with anything?
Right.
No, that's the basketball mentality.
This is so dumb, This gets
exactly. I got an answer for you. That's the basketball mentality. They don't know in football you only have how many substitutions. Yeah. And when you're out, you're substituted, you're out, you stay out. Not like in basketball, Jason, out. After 2 minutes, he comes back in.
This is all funny to me because the Gilas Pilipinas received very little criticism. For losing 3 games or 4 games or how many it was they lost, they only won 1 game.
Yes.
They lost tight games which they should have won.
Yes.
To be honest, if you're going to be critical, they should have won. And you could be critical, but you didn't say anything.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And even if you did say something, it was in support of the team that lost all these games. I think what we could take from that is the boys fought hard, and that's what you want to see.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
And if you're going to go over to the other side of things and look at football and say that they lost and you're going to shit on them, that's bullshit because they fought hard too. You know what I mean? And that's nonsense.
I'll tell you.
You know that song, The Story of My Life? That's like, you know what I mean? That's really how it is.
Think when you were saying that, I know the mentality. They'll start saying, yeah, Pero yung Azkals, kalaro ng Azkals, Myanmar lang.
Yeah, exactly.
While Gilas played Argentina, but that is what you're looking at wrong.
Yeah.
Okay?
I didn't even know Croatia had a basketball league, man. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? So,
precisely.
You don't look at that.
no, but they look at that like that. They look at it like that. So then you could say also, oh, the Philippine Azkals did well because they're playing against a country that football is number one, and in our country football is maybe number 2 or 3, or I don't know where we are. But you know what I mean. So why can't you look at it like that then?
No, but that's what the thing is. In sports, you cannot compare, like we said earlier, you can compare Gilas and Azkals.
Cannot.
Because Gilas they play against the giants of Europe, number 3, number 4 of Europe, and all that.
Yeah.
But Azkals, they played only Myanmar. Myanmar is one kind of guys. That's competition. It doesn't matter.
And also, like Jason said, these guys live and breathe football since they were
exactly.
tiny kids.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
This is what their life is.
Yes.
In Southeast Asia, we're the only country that isn't football number one. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And we went to the Challenge Cup and fought against other teams in the Asian region. And we did well. We went all the way to the final.
Yes.
Right? So, I mean, you can save your criticism for the Azkals and assess yourself before you say something that, am I being unfair to these guys? I mean,
you know, it's like I always say, if you got nothing nice to say, don't say it at all. That's it. Keep it yourself. Maybe talk among your friends now.
I had that before already, but then also it backfired on me. You know what I mean?
sometimes you gotta say.
I mean, I'm just like even now, I'm still holding myself still. You know, because of course, and also I'm not in the position to do so. I'm not God. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I'm just saying like what I feel, and as in the one what we talked about earlier. Please just support the team. You know what I mean? Don't say anything if you don't want, if you have bad things to say.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because it's not helping the team. And it's like you said, you have Gilas, you have Azkals, both Filipino teams, and we want to put Philippines on the map.
That's right.
Yes.
Both.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So just please support that matter, you know? That's the only thing.
Do the people know, guys, do you know that this is the first time ever a Southeast Asian, not Asian, Southeast Asian and Filipino at that, last year, I think, FIFA calendar, that is in the top 5, together with Messi, Zlatan, Cristiano Ronaldo, top scorers in the world of FIFA calendar. Phil, young husband, was in that list. Do you know that?
Right.
Where the fuck do you see a Southeast Asian? The only one, there was no other Asian, but this is a Southeast Asian, together with all this World Cup who are freaking billionaires.
Yeah.
Okay? Together with the likes of Messi, Cristiano Ronaldo, Zlatan, you know. Then here's Phil Young husband. Who's Phil Young husband?
Yeah.
And I'm talking about international goals.
Yeah. I think it's it's sort of an effect of social media as well. You know, everybody wants social media brownie points. You know, I want to say something out there so that I can get retweets and favorites, and I want to.
Those are the funniest ones, man.
Yeah,
they're hiding behind their phones.
Yes,
And then sometimes I just want to say, okay, meet me there.
Yeah, let's talk.
Let's talk.
Let's talk.
But do you think they reply? You think they come? No, they will reply on Twitter, but they will not come to where you ask them to come.
I've had that experience years back.
So that's why I'm saying I gave up. I'm like, I focus on being a good player for the Philippines. I'm focusing on being a good player for global, you know, because our club also is really moving up and doing well. Yeah. Those are the things. I focus on my little daughter, you know what I mean?
Congratulations.
Thank you very much. Those are more important things to me. Instead of, you know, arguing with these people, or not even arguing people, trying to educate them.
Yeah.
That's the right word.
You know, being positive.
Being positive.
It'll happen sooner or later, hopefully.
But they still, you know, it's up to them also if they want to.
Yeah.
So I kind of have a feeling like some people don't want to.
Right.
So then I just like, you know, never mind that.
You know,
there's a lot of people like that.
Speaking of global, you've got one fan, guy with glasses on. Sometimes I just want to come behind him and punch him there. I'm not even talking about global against archers. Global, he's there by the right there by the sideline by the A boards. Okay, I don't know his name.
What's he saying?
Stupid stuff, personal stuff.
Like what?
against players from the other team that's playing global.
Right.
I mean, no, I can't remember, but I moved out.
Maybe he's just being a good fan.
No, he's a global fan.
Like me as also global captain, of course, we don't support those kind of things.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like if it's us, the players, or if it's the club, and you know what I mean, we don't want to be associated with any kind of that stuff.
Talking about which, during the management meeting a few days back, now it's the club's responsibility of taking care of club fans. I was the only one who reacted, saying that I said, look, how can we police our own ranks of the fan? It's not a school. If it's a school team, it'll be easy.
You're talking about supporters.
We're talking about supporters that come from different walks of life. Yeah. We don't even know them from Tom, Dick, and Harry. Yeah. They can be wearing Archer's jersey, but they're actually a global fan.
Right.
You never know. But they say that's a FIFA thing now.
Well,
the clubs.
So is UFL FIFA now or what?
I don't know.
No, we're following FIFA rules.
Yeah.
We're following FIFA rules.
Yeah.
But is it what is it?
That's
this is my question to you guys.
Yeah, no.
Shut up, it's our show. No. We asked the question.
I cannot answer that question. All right, we gotta wrap this thing up. Jason, it's been an absolute pleasure having you on the program, man.
But I'm satisfied, Jason. He's another day young, man. He's supposed to fucking say it. That's what he said. He's being careful. He's getting older, man.
Yeah, man. I mean,
no, I'm being mature.
That's right. That's the word.
Also, me not getting that many cards. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't want it anymore. Stay away from me. But I can't handle the stuff when other people get hurt. That work hard, like what I said before with Chester, also with Wally, Joseph, and everyone that is involved with, not even the players only. Yeah. I don't want that to happen, you know, because then you're not doing. That's what I don't like. But the rest, of course, like I said, I don't want to get involved anymore.
Yeah. Bottom line, what Jason's saying is, respect what the Azkals organization goes through, not just the players. Okay, everybody does their job. The names that Jason mentioned, Chester, Joseph,
Wally, Alex Conejos.
Okay, these guys, these are the small people, the little people of the Azkals organization. But without these guys, Thomas Dooley doesn't have anything. The players themselves don't have anything, you know. They go through the same shit that the players go through.
Yeah.
Like I said, the little people, you know, they're not given enough, how do you say? Credit. And it hurts Jason and also hurts the other players as well, for sure. That when people start bashing the Azkals, or you know, you're bashing the whole Philippine football program. You don't understand that. The Azkals represent the country, just as the Gilas does. Okay? Anybody who goes out and carries a flag on his jersey or his jacket, what have you, you cannot not support.
Also,
you know,
Hans, I also have to say this, like, because we keep on mentioning Gilas. It's the same as Manny Pacquiao, same as somebody that goes out for billiards, ping pong, volleyball, doesn't matter. Yeah. We all are athletes. We all want Filipino and Filipino people to be recognized. Yeah. That's the most important thing. Yeah. And the Philippines to be represented well and put on the map. Those are the most important things.
And my last thing to say here, and Jason's not going to end up in the basketball team. Enough said.
I'm gonna draft myself also.
All right, let's wrap this up. Sarasa South Football Club, thank you so much for supporting the program all the time. Next week, are we bringing in anybody special?
Next week, well, we're closing. We're closing the second season, but
interesting.
We know the guests. Because they have Simon.
McManamy, that's right, on the program. Jason, like I said, pleasure having you on the program, brother. Yes. Anytime you want to come back and get something off your chest, or just want to say hello to Coach Hans and myself, you're welcome to come by.
Thank you very much,
and say hello. Good luck on the new season.
Yes, thank you.
And good luck with Avelina as well.
From Global?
Well, I hope so. You know.
You still don't know yet. You don't have the lineup yet.
Don't know.
Coach Lee, come on now. You've seen what this guy brings, huh? All right, so we'll see you guys next week with Simon McManamy. Coach Hans, pleasure as always.
As always, of course.
And subscribe to the show. Do it on Twitter, on Facebook, wherever it may be, and stay abreast with everything that's going on in Philippines.
Before we say goodbye,
yeah,
I want to see reactions to what we discussed today,
yeah,
and to whatever Jason had to say. I think we had a little bit more to say today in this show today.
Yeah, one of my favorites actually.
So you would know, the fans would know what the Azkals, the players go through.
Yeah. All right. Hope you guys enjoyed the program, and we'll see you guys next week. All right. Peace.
The views and opinions expressed on any program are those of the persons appearing on the program and do not necessarily reflect the views and opinions of the New Media Factory. Some programs on this network might include strong images and language and may not be suitable for all audiences. Viewer discretion is advised.